Okay, so we're going to look at lesson 4, which is the content creation bit, and this will be for level 1. So try our very best to complete level 1 today. And we look at level 2 of content creation later on. Give me a second. My system is running, battery is running out. Let me charge it. 1 minute. Okay, so we have 4 major objectives that we need to go through. We need to create basic documents and presentations. And I think I uploaded some videos in our Google Classroom on Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel. So if you've not had a chance to go through that, please do. Okay. Then understand accepted referencing and attribution practices, how to save and back up your work, and also understand fundamental printing word concept. Okay. So using Microsoft Word, and I believe we are all not new to Microsoft Word. We've used Microsoft Word before. Is that correct?
That's correct, sir.
Okay, good. So most of the apps follow device standards. So it depends on the device that you are using. So apps work according to the device's operating system. So touchscreen devices will let you tap with a finger. So if you're using a laptop which has a touch screen functionality, you can use your finger to tap. Then it can close, maximize, or minimize, and even use your fingers to tap the buttons to apply some formatting features to your text. And you paint with 2 fingers to zoom in or out. So these are things you are familiar with. Then we have icons and controls. So Apple devices, the icons are at the top left, unlike Windows where it is at the top right, if you want to minimize, if you want to maximize, and if you want to restore. Are we okay up to this point?
Yes,
Then if you want to close, yes. So Windows device icons are also at the top right for the same actions. So depending on which device you are using, you need to take note of that. Then we do have common elements across all devices. So many apps share common features. So tabs at the top, which is the ribbon in Microsoft 365 programs. So we have the home, we have the insert, we have the design, we have the page layout. So the first 2 tabs usually are file and home. Then other tabs depend on the program. Okay. So we have copying, moving, pasting items. So with copying, moving, and pasting items, it depends. 1 minute. Okay, sorry about that.
No problem.
Okay. Then selecting items, navigating the interface, changing text appearance, printing. So these are common actions in most of the apps. So you can print with Control P, you can select with Control A, you can copy with Control C, you can move by using Control X to cut and going to paste it somewhere else. So these actions are common across the apps, whether you're using Word, whether you're using Excel, PowerPoint, or Access, it works the same. The keyboard shortcut also saves time, right? So Control C will copy the selected items. Control V will definitely paste the items. Control A will also select all items. So most programs have default shortcuts that work across apps. Then we also have the desktop and the online apps. So the desktop version of Microsoft 365, you have the full features. So if you're using the desktop version, you might find some differences. Then the online web, some features may not be available. So if you want to master Microsoft Word or Excel, you master with a desktop app, and later you can move to the what online.
Right.
So keep this in mind when switching between what devices. So what's our key takeaway here? So apps follow the rules of the what operating system. Okay. So common elements and methods make it easier to use what different apps. Then learning keyboard shortcuts will also save you time and effort. Then features may also differ slightly between desktop and web versions. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Aha. So essentially what we've discussed, just looking at the features across all platforms and depending on the device that you are using and what you need to do. But at least minimize, maximize, close, restore it across. Control C, Control V, Control X, Control P. It cut across all platforms. So we're looking at the backstage of Microsoft Word. So what is the startup screen? So when you open an Office app, you see the word startup screen, and it shows templates to help you start quickly. And a template is a ready-made document with sample text, preset formatting. So there's an example. So if you open Microsoft Word, you will be confronted with this. Can you
Yeah.
all see?
Yeah.
Yes. So this is what we term as the backstage view of the application. And I explained this into detail in the videos I've shared with you on in our Google Classroom, and it's also on the YouTube channel. So I took my time to explain the home, the new, the open, and these are the templates. So if you want to create a CV or a resume and you don't know how to go about it, you can search for it. You get a template with some pre-formatted. Then all you need to do is go in there and make the changes. You don't need to start from scratch. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So choosing the document. So options on the startup screen, we have blank document, or you can start from what scratch. And we have other templates which include pre-configured what element. Then it also helps save time and keep documents what neat. So it's either you start with a blank document or you start from a template. So if it's a template, then you go ahead to get it done. Okay.
All right.
So what is the backstage view? So the backstage view lets you manage your files. So you can create, open, save, print, and what share files. Okay. And you can assign a password to your document. I believe you've tried this before. You put a password on a document. Have you ever tried that?
I
Or
think
you
I
haven't?
have.
Aha. Then you can save a file with a new name and you can even check for file information. So over here at the backstage, when you go to info, under the info section, that is where you can check for accessibility. You can put a password on your document and all of that. So when you watch the videos, you get all the practical stuff in there. But this is just to open your eyes to what's available. Okay. So the info, we have file details. When you go to new, you can have the startup screen and also templates that you can use. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Then you can open or access existing files. So you can do all of that under the what? Backstage. Okay. Then you can also save or save. So you can save or rename your file. Then you can as well also what? Look at the history and what? Track changes of the document you are dealing with. And when you go to this same backstage, you can also print documents. So if you decide to do the Microsoft Office Specialist, that is where you even go beyond this and go and look at the options bit or you can do so many customizations. You can even create your own tab and create your own groups and add it to the default tabs that you have in Microsoft Word. Then you can also share and export your files as your PDF. And you get to do this under the word backstage. And you can also close an account. So you close file or manage an account. So that is it for the backstage. So when you click on more, that is where you get the options. Then we have the account bit. Then you can just exit the application or go to your profile icon and sign out of what your account. So all of these are under the backstage view of the application. Okay. So what's the key takeaway here? So templates help you start quickly and keep your work organized. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Good. Then backstage view is for managing the entire file. So the file that you are working on, whatever you want to do, you go to the backstage view to manage it. And you learn to navigate tabs to create, save, and share your documents. So there's a reason why Microsoft will put certain groups under the home tab. Then there's a reason why they will put certain groups under the insert tab, under the layout tab, under the view tab. So that's that for the backstage. And let's look at the edit screen. So I mentioned that we have the file, right? So file, home, insert, draw, design, layout, references, mailings, review, view, help. All these are tabs. Is that okay? Then when you click on a tab, it gives you the Microsoft ribbon for that tab. So under the home tab, we've got groups. So we have, lines separating the various groups, and the group's name is beneath it. So we have the clipboard group, the font group, the paragraph group, the styles group, the editing, Adobe Acrobat. We have the voice. We have the I can't see clearly on that, and we have the editing. And there's a reason why they do that. Then you have your mouse cursor, then the insertion points. We've got your status bar, which tells you the number of pages, the number of words within the document. And we also have the view buttons and the zoom slider. So when you take your time to watch the videos, at least everything will be made clear. And then the title bar, that is the name you give to the document. So the name you give to the document will appear here. Then you have the quick access toolbar, which can be customized. Okay. Then we've got the minimum, restore, maximum, and close, buttons. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Bawatobe?
Yeah.
Okay. So what then is Microsoft Word? So we say it is the most popular word processing program. And that is what most organizations use all over the world. And we use Microsoft Word to create letters and memos, to create reports, to create brochures, and many other documents. So how do we start a new document? So when you're actually teaching it to your students, then you need to be demonstrating this. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yes. So you open Word, choose new blank document. So you see your workspace where you can type and edit, which is the edit screen you saw earlier. Then what are the key parts of the Word screen? So the file tab, when you click, it takes you to the backstage view to manage your files, which I've explained earlier. Then you have the quick access toolbar, which gives you access to frequently used word commands quickly. Then the title bar also shows the document and program name. So whatever name you give to your document, you see it in the title bar. Yeah. Then minimize, maximize, restore, close. Those are the control window size button. And When you open File Explorer, you still see the minimize, maximize, restore, close. When you open any application, not only Word, you see those word buttons. Then we have the ribbon tabs. So you click tabs to access commands for task. So when you go to home, we have the home tab, and the home tab will give you the Microsoft ribbon for the home tab, which contains groups like the clipboard, the font, the paragraph, the styles. So if I want to make changes to my font style, I will get the tool under the home tab. Does that make sense?
All right, sir.
So we have the home, we have the insert, we have the layout, we have the references, and we have the review. And there is a reason why Microsoft decided to arrange it in that order. Okay. So if I'm dealing with dissertations, I'm doing research, then obviously I'll be found using most of the tools under the references tab, trying to create citations, trying to create indexes, table of figures, references, bibliography, and all of that using the APA or MLA format. And you will find the tools under references, not home. So that is the reason behind it. Okay. And the home is usually where the commonly used tools are found. So you copy, you paste is under home, clipboard. You change your font style, you make changes to your paragraph, is another what? Home tab, because that is what you usually use often. And as you move from the home to the review and the view, your tendency to use tools under the view tab will be less as compared to the what? Home. Does that make sense? That is why Microsoft decided to bring all the most commonly used tools under the home tab. Then as you move further away from the home tab, its frequency what reduces. And it's only a Microsoft Office specialist who can actually, master all the tools and understand it and be able to use it proficiently. Okay.
Okay.
So it helps you format text, insert images, and more. So we have the cursor and the status bar. So the insertion point, so it's more like something blinking. Okay, then your cursor will just be the I beam depending on where your mouse pointer is. So the status bar will show the page number, the total number of pages, if there are any errors in the document that needs to be, corrected. Then you have the viewing and zooming. So if you think it's too small, you can use the slider button to zoom in and zoom out so that you can see the text clearly. So you switch between different document views. You can put them side by side. So all these are there. So you zoom in or out of your document. And you use the buttons for 10% or increment. So when you click on the plus, it increases by 10%. When you click on the plus, it increases by 10%. Then you drag the slider for a specific zoom level if you want it. Are we okay?
All right, sir.
Okay. Any questions up until this point? I know Kelechi can't talk because of the PTA,
So
but
far,
if
Yeah.
you can, so far you are okay.
yes, if I'll go through.
Okay.
So far, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay.
I think
No
it's word
problem.
now. Maybe you have not
No
entered into
problem.
part yet.
No problem. Babatope, yes.
Yeah, we are clear. At least up
Okay, good.
to this point. Yeah.
Okay, good. So knowing the main screen part help you work faster in Word. So if you take your time, and I promise you to go through the videos I've recorded on YouTube on Word, trust me, you will benefit from it a lot because you need to have an understanding of why I am going to the home tab, why I am looking for this tool under the insert tab. So once you have the understanding, then you are good to go. Whatever tool you are looking for, you know where to click and where to find it. And that is what makes you a proficient user. Okay. So there you have the ribbon, the quick access toolbar, and the file tab make it easier to format, save, and manage document. And you use the cursor and the status bar to navigate to your document efficiently. So what are some of the commands in Word? So we have screen tips. So if you don't understand any of the tools, when you hover your mouse over a particular button, it gives you a screen tip, which tells you about the specific tool, what you can use it for. Okay. Then it will also give you the name of the feature, a brief description of it, and the keyboard shortcut if available. Okay. Then our quick access toolbar also gives us fast access to save, undo, redo, and other favorite commands. So there are certain commands that you use often. You can just put them on the quick access toolbar so that you don't go around looking for it through the tabs. Then we have the ribbon tabs, which is group of commands organized by tasks. So home, insert, layer. Then we have the command buttons, which you click to apply or use a drop-down arrow for more options. So all the buttons that you see, they are the command buttons. So with entering and editing text, this was easy. You just click, you use your keyboard to type. The insertion point shows where you type. Yeah. Then if you are deleting, you can use the backspace, delete left of insertion point. And you can also use the delete key to delete right of the insertion point. So if my insertion point is here, where this red thing is showing, and I hit backspace, it will delete to the left of it. So it will delete NOITRESNI, right? But if I hit the delete key, then it will delete to the right of it. So it will delete the POINT. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then you have the enter. So the enter ends a paragraph or adds a blank line. And we have word wrap, which automatically moves text to the next line. So if you're writing and it's not going to fit on the line, it automatically jumps down to the next line. But you can also do hyphenation where it will put a hyphen and continue from there. And I explain all of that in the videos. So selecting text, how do you select text? So you select with the mouse, you drag from start to end, which we all know, or you can hold the shift key and use the right arrow or the down arrow, depending on the direction you want to select. Okay. Then we've got shortcuts, Control A to select all. Then we can double click to select a word. And we can also triple click to select a paragraph. And I demonstrated this in the videos that you have on the YouTube channel or in Google Classroom. Then Control plus click, which selects a sentence. And then we have non-consecutive text. So you can hold on the control while selecting multiple areas. So you want to select first line, you want to go to the 10th line, you want to go to the 50th line, then you hold on the control to select non-consecutive text. Okay. Then how do we save documents? So we save documents frequently to prevent data loss, and that is the reason behind that. And the command here is you go to file, you click on save or save as, or you go to the quick access toolbar, or you can click on Control plus X. So these are the various ways you can save your document. So if you are saving your document for the first time, depending on the format you want to save in, you can use save as. But once you've saved and you want to just update the changes, then you use save. But if you want to rename the file, then you can use save as. So you need to understand the difference here. So before you first save, you need to choose your location, give the file name and the file type. And the autosave can be turned on or off. So if you're using Office 365, you want it to be backed up to OneDrive, you can just turn the autosave on. So while you work on it, automatically it's being saved. But if you don't want that, you can turn it off. Okay, so this is just an illustration of it. So save as, you click on the file save as, you can save to your PC, which is your local system, or you can save it to your OneDrive. Then all you need to do is give it a file name. So this is the current folder document. So if you want to move from document, then you need to go to browse and select the location that you want that file saved. Okay. Are you okay with this? Okay. Then we also have word and file types. So we have the default. So the default save format is the .x. Then we have other formats, which is for older Word versions. So that for compatibility's sake, you can save it in that format. so that they can also have at least 10 view of the document. Then you can also save it as a template. Yes, we have Word templates that you can use, but you can also create one and save it as a template. Are we okay? Then we also have the plain text format.
Okay, sorry, that was for Windows 11, right? That
Again,
one is
the first one.
that when you are doing
is
the savers. Is it for Windows 11?
No, it's the picture that I showed you.
Yes, that one you were showing.
Yeah, this is Office 365.
Oh, 365.
Yes, Office 365.
Oh, okay. Because it doesn't look like what I do at all.
So yours probably maybe you are using Office 2013 or probably 2016. I'm not too
something
sure.
like that, yes, but not 365.
So with Office 365,
Okay.
that is how you save it. Yes. Okay. So these are the other formats that you can save your document. Does that make sense? Okay. Then we have the PDF, which is readable on any device. So if you save it in a PDF format, then it means that you can read it on any device with an Adobe reader. Okay. And if you Microsoft Edge can read your PDF files for you. And you can also save it as a publisher file, Microsoft Publisher.pub. So you need to be aware of these file extensions for the purposes of the exam. Okay, note that .tx is template, .txt is plain text. Does that make sense? Okay. Are we okay?
Okay.
So these are all the other formats.
Yeah, it's fine.
These are all the other formats, XML documents and all of that. You can even save it as a web page, as a XPS document, macro-enabled document, So it's a lot. Then how do we start a new document? This we know. You click on file, you click on new, then you click on blank document, or you choose a template. And what's the shortcut? Control N to even create a new Word document. And on save new document, automatically number document 1, document 2. So when you start Microsoft Word, by default, it is named as document 1 until you go and save it and change the name from document 1 to something different. And when you open another document, it will name it as document 2 in that consecutive order. So if you have about 5 or 10 documents open and you've not saved, the system will find a way of saving it as document 1, document 2, document 3, all the way. Are we okay?
Yes, sir.
Then we have the formatting, text character formatting, how to use font size, bold, italics, underline, the effect, superscript, subscript. So you need to take your time, open Word, demonstrate to the students that you are teaching. How do we use this? Under what circumstances will I use superscript? Maybe I'm a math teacher. I want to write x exponent 3. I can use superscript. Maybe I'm a chemistry teacher. I'm looking at H2O, which is water, right? So the 2 should be a subscript. Where do you find that? You go to the font group, the button is there. You can use a keyboard shortcut for that. When you hover the mouse over it, you get a screen tip, the keyboard shortcut. Then the same for paragraph formatting. You can align left, center, align right, or even what? Justify. Okay. Then we also have the line spacing, which is space between lines. So you can enlarge it, increase it, or what? Reduce it. Then we do have paragraph spacing, which is space between what? Paragraphs. So this is it. So this is our subscript and our superscript. Then the paragraph group. Are we okay with that? Then the font style, the font size, and all of that. Okay. Then we also have the styles. So whenever you use these styles, you are building what I usually term as your table of content. So if you have a heading, a major heading, you can apply heading 1. If you have a subheading, you can apply heading 2 style. And if you advance in Microsoft Word to become Word expert, you can look at customization of these word styles. You can even create your own styles depending on your preference. So the style combines text and paragraph formatting. Then the quick styles, apply formatting quickly to headings or lists. So the ones that you have here, it's there for you to use. You don't need to recreate it. Quickly you apply. As you apply, it's building your table of content for you. So once you finish working on the document, you go to the references tab, you insert your table of content. It tells you that, oh, this topic is on this page number. That topic is also found on that page number. And you were able to do this because you applied heading styles. People that do not know this will have to do it manually. Then they will print out the document, then they will figure out where is this topic, which is not the best. So you need to be proficient and you need to be efficient. Then the styles pane will give you access all built-in styles and manage what them. And the clear formatting will reset selected text to what default style. And we also have themes and document style sets. So when you're looking at themes and document style sets, can you see my screen? So we have the theme, which is unified colors, font, and effect for the whole document. So instead of trying to format the paragraph and titles, you can pick a theme which comes with its own font and styles. That way it's uniform, it's professional. Then we have the style set, which is a predefined groups of styles to ensure what consistency. Then live preview shows how changes affect your document. So these are the style sets. So once you've applied your heading styles and you pick any of these style sets, you see the changes in your document. And I demonstrated this in the YouTube, on the videos found on my YouTube channel. So take your time, Microsoft Word, go through. It's about 13 videos, short videos, but it explains all. And then these are the themes where you can select any theme of your choice. And as you hover your mouse over the theme, it gives you a live preview of how the document will look like before actually selecting it. Then you have the page layout. So the page layout talks about the paper size, the orientation. So if you want to change the size of a paper from A4 to A3 or to any other size that you want to customize, you go to what? The page layout. The margins, you want to change the margins, you find it under the page layout. So the left margin, the right margin, the top margin, marker, and all of that will be found under the page layout. So we have column, size, orientation, margins. Then you can pick and you can even go to custom margins, do your customization. Then the orientation is portrait landscape. Okay. Then if you want to organize list, you can use bulleted list where there is no priority. Okay. Then you can use numbered list if you want to show order. Then multi-levels list show hierarchy, like an outline, maybe 1A, I, something like that. So that's multi-level list. Then we have the automatic list, where the red numbers or adjust bullets when items are added, removed, or moved. Okay. So bullet, multi-level list, then what? Numbering. Then that's what we have. So if it's bullet, you can customize it by coming to what? Define new bullet. If you don't like any of these items here, you can define a new bullet. Then this is for numbering. So if you don't like, you can define your own new number format. Okay. Then we have the popular tool. So this is an example of a bulleted list, numbered list, and what? Multi-level list. So the multi-level list 1AB, 2AB, 3AB, 4AB. You can even have 1AI, BII. Okay, then we go to 1B, BI, BII. So that's a what? A multi-level list. Are we okay with this? Am I moving too fast?
Not really.
Okay,
It's fine.
it's fine. Okay. So the key takeaway here is you use screen tips and ribbon tabs to access commands what quickly, and you save your work often to prevent what data loss, and you apply styles, themes, and formatting for consistent professional looking document. Yeah. Then you organize information using lists for clarity. So this is our first case study. So Atalia is applying for a job that requires her to create professional looking letters, memos, and reports. This job requires Atalia to be experienced using which application type? Is it spreadsheet, presentation, word processing, or database? That was the answer?
I think word processing.
That is it. Perfect.
That's word processing.
Yes, so that is it. So that is that for Microsoft Word. So all that you need to know under level 1 of the IC3 GS6. So you need to have an understanding of the backstage, know the tabs, know the groups, okay? Know the dialog box launchers, the backstage, and how to, do some simple formatting. That is level 1. Are we okay with that?
Okay.
Okay. Now we go to
Yes.
PowerPoint. So we use PowerPoint to create, edit, and deliver what? Presentations. And I believe we've all used PowerPoint before. So the presentations can be live audience. It can be shared online or via email. Then it can be embedded on what website. So it supports text, graphics, chat, videos, and what? Animation. So the slides that I prepared, I animated most of them. So I tap, then the text will be revealed so that we can talk about it. Then I tap, another text will come for us to talk about it. So as an educator, you don't need to let all your words appear at a goal because you need to have a discussion with your student. So you just bring one point up, they talk about it because you've animated it. Then when you finish, you tap, another point will come. Then they can talk about it. Then it becomes an engaging lesson. Are we okay?
So,
Then we come to components of a presentation. So in the title slide, which we are all aware, it introduces the topic, the presenter, and the organization. Then the agenda slide, overview of slides. So what do you want to talk about? Then the title and content slide, which is the main content with what bullet point. Then it supports content slides like diagrams. If you want chart, if you want videos, if you want animations, you can put all of that in there. Then when you finish, the summary slide, which is the key messages and what contact info. So, okay, overview. I think I've repeated this. So our PowerPoint interface looks at slide thumbnails. So we have preview and navigate what slides. Then we have the slide pane, which is the main workspace. Then we have the placeholders, which is a guide for content, text, images, and chat. So when you start a new PowerPoint presentation, you have at least placeholders. You click to add a smart art, you click to add your text, you click to maybe insert a picture. So they've provided those what guidelines for you. But if you're an advanced user, you can even go a step further by looking at the master slide and creating your own. Okay. Then the notes panel, you can add presenter notes. So when you open your presentation, you have a section for notes. So you can put it there. And if you're presenting live, you can have your notes on the side. When you present, your audience will not see your notes, but you, the presenter, will see the notes. Okay. Then you can also split the bar, which can adjust the pane sizes. So how do we create presentations? So our blank presentation can start from scratch, then pre-designed slides with colors and layouts, just as we did for Microsoft Word for the template. So we have same PowerPoint. Then we have reuse slides. So you insert slides from existing presentation. So if you've done a presentation and you think the content in that presentation will be relevant to what you are developing now, you can just reuse them, import it into it. And there is a way of doing that. Then we have shortcuts to control and new presentation. But in Microsoft Word, control N is what? New document. So, and control M is insert new slide. So that's the difference there. Then we have slide management. So if you want to insert slide, you go to home and you select new slide. So you just need to take your time to understand the interface and navigate it. So you want to change the layout, you go to home layout. If you want to delete slide, you select, you hit on delete and it's gone. If you want to rearrange the slides, you click on slide sorter, it opens it, and then you click and drag the slides to rearrange them. And that is quicker. Okay. Then working with objects. So you select mode versus what? Edit mode. So dashed border is equal to what? Edit content. So once you click on it, then there is something around there. You you can edit it. And solid border means you've selected it. Am I making some sense here? Hello? Are you hearing me? About to pay? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Then we have the format text, which is the font size, bold, italic. So when you're creating a presentation, then you click in any of the objects, then there is, dashes around it. It means you can edit it. But if you want to select it, you click, then everything is, solid. Then it means you can select it and what you use it. So align text, which is the home, you go to the paragraph and the alignment group. Then insert picture. So if you understand Word, you can transfer that to PowerPoint. Then you can manipulate pictures by resizing, rotating, cropping, and moving. Then saving presentation is the same for what we did in Microsoft Word. So you click File, you click on Save, and Control+S. Then you save as with a different name, folder, or format, either a PowerPoint show or a PDF. Okay, so the backups you can save in your OneDrive, Dropbox, or iCloud. And you also have file history in Windows 10, Windows Backup and Restore is there. And if you want to display presentation, you go to View. So you have the normal thumbnails, which will give you the slide plus the note. And the slide sorter is used to arrange the slides. And the reading view will put it in a full screen for review. And the slideshow will run the presentation. So currently, I'm running a slideshow, which is running this presentation. Then we also have the Zoom slider, which is fit to window or the Zoom level. Okay. Then we have copyright and referencing. So assume online content is copyrighted. Then attribution is when you credit what created. So I think we did that under information management. Then the citations, we have footnotes and bibliography. Then the bibliography, you have the author, title, URL, publication date, and access date. So when you're building your references in Microsoft Word, that is how you build it. Then always reference images, chat, quotes, and statistics. So this is our second case study. You are creating a new slideshow. Which of the following applications should you use to create the slideshow? A, spreadsheet. B, presentation. C, word processing. D, database.
Of course, presentation.
Yes, yes. So this is clear. Good. Okay. Okay. So attribution is referencing. So attribution credit creators for style or visual appeal, and referencing cite academic or intellectual work. So these are the differences. So what ensure credit is giving and avoid plagiarism. So you attribute to a creator for a style or visual. Then if it's about referencing, then you're moving into the academic, world. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So with the copyright basics, it protects original works by individuals or organizations, and a license may allow others to use part or all of the work, and imply copyright. All works not created by you are protected. So the symbols, which is the C, may appear, but always reference the source. So understanding plagiarism is equal to using someone else's work as your own without giving credit. So music, lyrics, storylines, pictures, charts, published works. So even minor alterations do not make it original. So I'm paraphrasing. No, it's not your way. Paraphrasing doesn't make it yours. So you need to at least give credit to the person. So we have the internet and what copyright. So online materials are also what copyrighted, and no official entity checks website for copyright. But always assume copyright exists and reference sources appropriately. Okay. Then we have referencing in document. So applications like Word help manage what citations, and examples include footnote for statistics in research papers, endnote for pictures or quotes. So when you watch the video, you get to see a demonstration on that. And it also ensures credit and allows readers to verify what sources. And citation references used in the document, usually listed in the bibliography at the end. And the purpose is give credit to original sources, support your argument, and increase credibility of your work. So when do you cite? So use direct quotes, including what song lyrics, paraphrasing or summarizing data or ideas. Okay. Then using images, graphs, chat, or visuals, you need to cite. Then you also have component of a web-based citation. So if you open Microsoft Word, it will give you the various fields that you need to fill. The author name, the web resource title, the website name and URL, date of publication or last update, and date you accessed the material. So what's the key takeaway here? Always credit creators, avoid plagiarism, reference all academic and visual sources. Online content is copyrighted unless stated otherwise. And bibliographies and citations improve what? Credibility. So let's look at our case study 3. So Dominic would like to use citations to give credit to the authors of the work he used when writing his research paper. Giving the author's credit using a citation is called an attribution, overview, addendum, introduction. What is that? Yep.
That's an attribution.
Yes, it's attribution. Well done. Okay. So now we come up to why backup matters. So why should we back up our work? Yes, let me hear from you about it. Why should we back up our work?
So the same reason we save our work to avoid data loss, you never can tell. Your system might get, maybe virus or whatever. So you have a backup. You ensure that you don't lose your work altogether.
Perfect. And do you back up on the same system?
Is that? No.
On the same system.
On another device, maybe on a hard drive, maybe USB flash, and then other places. Yeah.
Okay, good. Well done. So a device is only useful if its data is valid and what? Accessible. Okay. And a backup is a duplicate copy of programs, disks, or data. So what's the purpose? It's safeguard against what? Loss. And it's protect against corruption or what? Damage. So the slides that I've developed on the IC3 GS6, it's in my OneDrive in the cloud. So if something happens, I know I have a copy there. All I need to do is go there, download it, and use it. So where backup should be stored. So never backup to the same drive as the original, which is a big no. And recommended storage locations include another internal drive, or it can be an external drive, flash drive, network storage. So you can save it on a company's server. And cloud services like OneDrive or Google Drive or Dropbox. Okay. So importance of personal file backups. So apps and system settings can be reinstalled easily. And personal files cannot be what? Replaced. So think of documents, photos and videos, downloads, scanned items. So losing these may mean losing memories or what? Essential work. So always, have a backup mentality. So what are the options for backing up personal files? So cloud storage, you mentioned it. So you drag and drop to OneDrive, Google Drive, Dropbox, or iCloud 2. And the file history, that is Windows 10. Create hourly backups if you want to, or works when external drive or USB is connected. Then Windows backup and restore Windows 7 too, but Windows 7 is no longer supported. And I think they've ended the support for Windows 10. So we should all upgrade to what Windows 11. Then it creates weekly backups for us, and it includes personal files plus important system folders. So if you are doing Windows backups, that is what happens. And it requires significant storage space. So if you don't have enough storage space, please don't do that. And we have the file naming and organization. So it helps you locate files quickly after backing up. And the best practices here is use a clear logical folder structure, keep file names short, avoid special characters and spaces when you are naming files, and group files by theme, whether event, date, or task. So it depends on how you manage your files on your system, okay? So the key takeaway here is protect your most important files from loss, and store backups separately from your device. Use a mix of cloud and local backup methods, and stay organized to retrieve your files quickly when needed. So our case study 4, a computer device is useful only if the data it contains is valid and accessible. An easy way to protect data is to schedule regular backups. Which of the following statement is not true about backing up your data? Select the 3 options that apply. So a backup is used to prevent data loss. You should schedule regular backups. A backup may be stored on the same hard drive. Most operating systems have built-in backup features. You cannot backup your smartphone. You should only backup software applications. So which of these 3 statements is not true?
A, B.
It's not
No.
true. It's
It
not
starts from
true.
C. Which 3 are not true? So you have
Cannot.
C.
Yes,
C.
not true.
That is
So a backup may be stored on the
C.
same hard. C is 1. We need 3.
You have D.
And E.
You cannot back up your smartphone. You can.
You can.
Okay. So it's not true.
Yeah.
I believe you can.
Yes, you can. So that makes it not true. So that is E, right?
Yeah,
We are
okay,
looking
yeah,
for the
yeah.
statement
Yes,
that are
E.
not true.
Yes, yes, that's E.
E. Then which one again?
And F.
F. You should only back up software applications. It's not only software applications. So C, E, and what? F, right?
Yeah.
F. That's it. Okay, good. Then we come to preparing to print. So before you print, you need to preview to know what you are printing. So sometimes when you decide to print, you realize, it's not coming out correctly. And you only get to know when you've done your preview. Okay. So printers handle margins differently. So a document printed at work may print differently at home, depending on the type of printer you are using. So previewing will help you spot issues before wasting paper. You don't just go ahead, control P print. No, preview. Look at what you are printing out before. So margin differences between printers. So laser printers, the minimum margin is 0.25 inches or 0.6 centimeters. So for the purposes of the IC3 GS6 exam, you have to keep this in your head. I don't. Okay? So I encourage your student to also do the same. Then inkjet printers, the minimum margin is 0.5 inches or 1.4 centimeters. So previewing, we say, allows you to adjust layout if what needed. How to preview a printed document. So we've got two click methods. So we click on file, you go to print. So our keyboard shortcut is what? Control+P. So both options open the full print preview window. So print options explain the print sends the document to the selected printer using current settings. So the copies that you want to make, and you choose how many copies you want, and the printer you want to use for printing. And you can select the active printer if you have more than one printer. Okay. Then you use printer properties to adjust settings in terms of color and what layout. So what's the key takeaway here? Previewing is a simple step that saves time, paper, and what? Frustration. So a quick check helps ensure your document looks professional on every printer. So, for example, some printers offer double-sided printing. Others will offer color printing. Others will also do custom layout options. So the print window changes slightly between Word, Excel, PowerPoint, web pages, and what other apps, but the concepts are the same. The concepts are the same. So let's go to the page selection. So we have all pages, and it prints the entire document or slide deck. So these are the options available. You can even decide to print only odd numbered pages or even numbered pages. And you can also do a custom range. I want to print page 1, comma, move to page 6, comma, move to page 10, comma. So you need to understand this and show this to your student. So 3 to 7 prints pages 3 to 7. 3, 5, 6 will print only those pages. Then -11 print pages 1 to 11. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
-11. Then 33 minus will print pages 33 to the end. So if you don't know, at least this will give you an indication. And S1 to S9 print section what ranges. So when you have sections in there, then we have sided printing. We have print one-sided, which is the standard output. Okay, then print on both sides, which is how pages flip. So you can flip on what long edge if you're doing a book style type of printing. And you print on short edge if it is a what notepad style. Are we okay? Then collation controls how multiple copies print. So collated means full document printed once before starting the next copy. So that's collation. So if I want to print 20 copies, I'll print 1 to 20 of the page, done. Then I'll print another 1 to 20, that is collated. Then uncollated, it will print all of page 1, then all copies of page 2, all copies of page 3, depending on the number of copies you are printing. Then you have to manually sort it. 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, which is too much work. So always you go for the collated if you are printing loads of copies. Then we have the page layout settings. So the orientation, we have portrait or landscape. The page size, we have letter or A4 margin. So you choose preset or custom. Then the scaling, you reduce or expand how many pages fit on a sheet. Okay. And helpful for draft to save what? Paper. So especially if you're using Excel, you can scale it, fit it on one page just to, look at the draft. Then later you can print it correctly. And it does not change your document, only how it prints. So depending on the program, you may also adjust the headers and footers. If you are printing PowerPoint, if it is Excel, repeating rows and columns. So you want to repeat the header rows on all the pages, it will do that for you. You want to repeat the column on all the pages, you can do that. And we have vertical alignment in the print quality, whether web pages, So websites may restrict what can be printed. So some websites can do that. So always check print preview to see what will actually appear when you print. So some images or sections may be blocked due to copyright or controls. So if you do a control P on a web page, at least look at a preview and see what will actually come out. Then you can also save as a PDF. So many applications let you save a document as a PDF, which preserves design and layout and allows universal viewing without the original software. So that's the essence of what PDFs. And it prevents most editing unless open with tools like what Adobe Acrobat. So how do you view PDFs? You can use the Adobe Reader, which is free. Other PDF viewers also exist. And recently you can use Microsoft Edge to also open what PDF files. And some allows limited edits like comment highlighting or fillable or fields, depending on who designed it. So what's the key takeaway? Understanding your print settings helps you to avoid waste, produce documents that look professional, choose the right layout for the purpose, and that's that. So let's look at our case study 5. Which page orientation print text using a horizontal layout? Is it portrait, landscape, column, or text? Which page orientation prints text using a horizontal? So horizontal is what? Left to right, and vertical is what? Top to bottom. So which orientation print horizontally?
Landscape.
Yes, landscape. Yeah, that's it. Creative with vertical, all that. So that brings us to the end of level 1 of our content creation. Any question? Are we all okay?
I was partially following you, but I can understand. I was screenshotting the screen, my screen.
Oh, okay.
So I understand.
Okay, that's fine.
The only part I will just go back and make sure I get is the citation and the rest.
Yes. So
if I know that if I just look at it one more time, I'll get it because I think I got most of it.
Yes, definitely. What okay?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes.
Of course, these are the basic operations we've been doing, on the system before now. So it makes it so easy to relate with and just follow. So I don't think there's any question.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the videos that we have on YouTube, I want to quickly show you.
Okay.
So when you go to the Google,
sorry, what is this? Topic is this?
Come again.
I said, what topic are you getting into now?
My YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you visit my YouTube channel, you go to playlist. So under playlist, I have Microsoft Word. Okay. So Microsoft Word, you can view the full playlist. And there are only about 12 videos. And all you need to do is just watch them. I think the maximum is about 17 minutes. So I took my time to explain the tabs, the groups, and the dialog box launchers. So please take your time and go through that. And you can also do the same for Microsoft Excel. So when you look at Excel, I have 21 videos on Excel. Just take your time, go through it to understand the tabs, the groups, and the dialog box launchers. Okay? Okay, thank you. So I will let you go. Then maybe hopefully tomorrow, if we can, then we will wait. Okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Are we done for today?
Yes, we're done for today. Yes. You're done for today.
All right. Thank you so much, VP.
You're welcome. Bye.
Yeah, bye. Casey, take care. Bye.